Obviously, we understand that there's just one in purpose, mission, thought, and deed. Pretty easy to understand when you think about it that way. There's plenty of examples in the Bible, again, and I already threw out my excuse for not being able to find Bible verses, but we talked about man and husband and wife together will become one flesh, and nobody thinks that we're conjoined at this point or anything. So it's the model that's given to us, and we understand about everybody being of one mind. That's a simple explanation for it. Just Jesus was perfect in his understanding of his Father and carrying out what his Father told him to do.
So here's the Greek of John 10:30. What's interesting is that I learned this from Trinitarians, that John uses here a form of the word one, N, using the modern Greek pronunciation, as you see there, I and the Father, one. In Greek, biblical Greek, you might know there are different forms of the word one. You have masculine, neuter, and feminine. I believe it's is masculine, N is the neuter, and I believe it's Mia, the feminine, if I remember my Greek. Did you know that basically what John is saying here, or what John has Jesus saying, that he and the Father are one thing, not one person as such? In other words, if John had used here the masculine form of the word one, is, it would be one person. Did you know this as a oneness, or were you ever shown this?
No, again, never, unless I was sleeping that Sunday. No, I don't ever recall that being communicated.
What's interesting to me is that Trinitarians use this to refute modalism and oneness, but it's funny that when you go to the Shema, which is repeated by Jesus in Mark 12:29, so you see there the Kyrios is estin. Kyrios is the famous Lord. So the Lord, one is, or is one, right? So is estin really can be translated as one person. In other words, the one Lord of the Shema is one person. That's basically what it means in biblical Greek. But it's funny how Trinitarians on John 10:30, make this big point about the neuter N versus the masculine is